going on, ESGN Nation, and welcome back to another episode here today on Madden 22. This is the Cleveland Browns franchise as we just wrapped up the Super Bowl, and congratulations to our Super Bowl champs. That is the Cleveland Browns going undefeated and going all the way through the playoffs and having a very impressive playoff and defeating Tom Brady and the Buccaneers in a final score there in that one. Ouch, that hurt. 51 there, or should I say Super Bowl 55 here in that one. So great job there as they get a nice victory and they are able to go on and take the and win the trophy for the first time for Cleveland. First time the Cleveland franchise has won a Super Bowl championship, and now they can go back to Cleveland, celebrate, have a good time, show it off. As we did a great number on them, 51-10. We put the shellacking on Tom Brady, put a nice little, hopefully, bow on his cap, or a nice little feather in our cap, I should say, and hopefully a black eye to his eye. Put some blackness on his eye there, so he can hopefully go away. I shouldn't be so mean, but the top two seeds went on and showed off. Had showed up there, and unfortunately, one team could only win it, and that one team was us. So did a great job. So we scored 7 points in the first quarter, 14 both in the first or second and third quarters, and then they did score in the third quarter for the first points of the game, and then it came back in the fourth, scoring a touchdown, and then we laid it thick there towards the end with some interceptions, some turnovers there, and did a great job there. Put 3 sacks on Tom Brady. He completed 49% of his passes in that game. As you take a look there, 262 yards, 1 touchdown, 2 interceptions. Baker Mayfield, 3 interceptions, 1 touchdown, 209. You wouldn't think that he would be able to put himself in a position to win, but he has a nice supporting cast with him. And that main person being that supporting cast member is Nick Chubb, because Nick Chubb did a great job along with the other halfbacks when they came into the running game, which really did a great job there pulling us out of the fire in some situations there, because the Bucks they're a good defensive team, but when it came to the running game, they did not know what they were doing. They didn't let Nick Chubb run 260 yards in the day, 3 rushing touchdowns, had broken 8 tackles, and those are all on 29 attempts from him. So a nice day there. As you see, his average is 9 yards a carry. You cannot let a halfback do that to you and think you're going to come back and win the game. And that was right there. That was pretty much the deciding factor in this one. Hunt, 7 carries for 51 yards, a rushing touchdown as well as a broken tackle. Baker Mayfield, he had a nice run there, but he did fumble the ball. He had a broken tackle in the game, but 3 carries for 26 yards. Jones, we did a great job there, kind of sealing him up. 9 carries for 21 yards. And of course, our fullback Andy got involved there. He had a nice rushing touchdown for 2 yards. And he got his first rushing touchdown there in the Super Bowl. So, be his, I think, his second or third for the postseason. So, nice job there. Of course, OBJ, 5 catches, 105 yards, receiving touchdown as well. And that was the only receiving touchdown we had in the game, which, I was kind of disappointed in, but at the same time, it's like, well, I know how tough this defense can be, and I really don't want to throw. I didn't even want to throw as many interceptions as we did throw, but we had to move the ball some way. We can always run it down the field, which in a lot of ways I kind of should have seen that. We're going to have to run the ball. Hell, we could have put OBJ in the backfield there and helped us out, Antonio Brown kept him quiet along with Mike Evans there. Both got 60 yards. Mike Evans had 7 catches for 70. And then, of course, Brown, there you see 3 catches for 63 yards for the day for him. Rashad Huggins, 2 catches for 40 yards. Couldn't really get to him. Austin Hooper, 2 catches for 16. And then Rob Gronkowski, we kept him quiet too. 5 catches for 16. So not a bad day at all for us. I'm really proud of our guys. And not to mention, especially the offensive line, just did a great job opening up the running lanes there for us. We had a little hiccup in our pickup there for a little bit there. In some cases there, but for the most part here, they did a great job. So our, definitely game ball goes to them, as well as Nick Chubb, for that great performance there for the rushing game. So I can't be mad about that at all. And of course, the big question is, what can we do next season? Can we re-sign, Nick Chubb? That's one of the big questions a lot of people are going to be asking us all off season long. If we can't, then how do we replace that? And I think we kind of already have a little bit of a replacement. I think Hunt can not necessarily put up the same numbers. I'm not saying he's the same caliber as Nick Chubb, but he can be on near that same level. And obviously with some help with the offensive line, because we need some help with the guard positions. We can do that, and and for the most part, bring back some of the guys that from the offensive line that we can re-sign. I think our running game is gonna be very nice. It's gonna be very helpful for Baker Mayfield, and especially if we can get some help in passing, because a lot of our passing was starting to get better as we were going down. Especially in that Titans game, we had a pretty good game there in the passing game there for a while there as well. So if we can get better in that and create, we might have one of the best offensive line in the entire NFL next season. So yeah, it's definitely going to we could make another run for it. We definitely could make another run for it, especially if we can get some good pieces when it comes to the off season. We'll see some of that coming up in the next video. That'll be the first part of the off season. We'll see that. Take a look at some of the talent tree here. We're going to work on that here, as we got not too many points here, but we've been working on it in the course of the season. And maybe in season 2 we can maybe get those 3 extra training sessions for three more players. I think we got 2 right now for the time being, and then if we get some more points, I think they're like 18 to 20 points for the next one. So if we can do that, then we can put all 3 extra. We could put those whatever players we get from the draft. We can put those guys in there in that position, and they can get extra, double the XP and stuff like that, or extra XP or whatever they want to call it, whatever it is, to help us out in their performance and stuff like that, so they get better. So yeah, I think I feel really confident going into season 2. The only thing I am a little nervous about, and I'll talk about it there in the next video, is our off season. We don't have much money when it comes to once we figure out who we can re-sign, we're not gonna have too much money to help the club out. So that means a lot of people are not going to get re-signed, and then the off season, or once we get into the off season and work on the free agency period, we may even have lesser money than that. So take a look here at some of the staff moves there. You see the Chargers fire their OC. I think they fired everybody. I think they OC and DC, as well as the head coach. There you see Ryan got fired there for the Colts. Look at Atlanta's guys there. The OC and DC got fired. Joe Judge got fired there for the Giants. So he's no longer there as their head coach. And I believe they fired, he even fired their OC and DC there as well. So a lot of teams are making some changes here, and of course, Lions as well. They're always seem like they're cleaning out their coaching staff there, as the DCs and OCs are gone. Ron Rivera there in Washington is going to be saying goodbye, as he will no longer be the figurehead for that club anymore. And we'll take a look here. I think they even fired his OCs and DCs as well. Mike Tomlin, no longer in Pittsburgh anymore. And of course, he's got some early draft picks he can make in that first round. One of them, I think, I've seen a couple of drafts. Matt mock drafts. You got Alex Flanagan, our quarterback from the High and Scotty series, as well as a couple mock drafts saying that Kason could be the guy there for Pittsburgh. So we'll have to find out and see if one of those two are going to go with him or if it's somebody else. And then also, too, you see some other coaches, assistants, and stuff like that getting told that, hey, you got to get the hell out. And Ryan looks like he's got a job with the Giants. And so he's no longer the Colts. We've seen that. Now he's with the Giants. And then the Giants let go of Joe Judge. And the Colts picked up Joe Judge. So that was interesting right there. I thought that was kind of funny that happened. Only in Madden. But as we take a look here at some of the re-signings, we got some tough choices here. Obviously, the toughest one is going to be Nick Chubb. Do we keep him or do we let him walk away? Or do we try to sign him to a franchise tag him? Do we franchise tag him and then try to see if we can do something for him next season? Try to get a restructured deal or some kind. David Njoku is probably going to be end up let go, as well as probably Harrison, because we got a backlog of a lot of safeties that we got to do something with him. So I think Harrison is probably going to have to say goodbye to him. Hate to do that, but Jackson, he's another one there, 32 years of age. He's getting up there age. He's wanting a lot of money, even for his position there. And he was very helpful. I mean, he was definitely one of our guys that was getting a lot of sacks this past season, and especially into the playoffs. He's a very, a key member of that, along with Billings as well. So like I said, we got some tough choices we have to make, but nonetheless, we have to make sure we do it for the team and not just for nostalgia reasons. We got to make some changes here. And, with that being said, that means there's just now opportunities now for these younger guys to step up to the plate and, try to take over that position. We're going to have some pretty good battles that we can have within the defense and in position battles, stuff like that. And I'm all for it. Everybody's job is on the line. I don't care if you've been here for, on this team for a decade or whatever. Your job's on the line. Your job can be easily taken away from you and given to somebody else. So, that's what we're looking at right now with a lot of these players. For the most part, a lot of these players are already in the 60s. They probably will stick around here for the most part, just for some depth and just for experience. Not too many huge changes there on that end of things, but for the most part here, we do have some pretty big shoes to fill for our guys for next season, and we'll have to see what we can do about that as we get into that off season there. And like I said, first part of the off season obviously will be free agency, re-signing a free agency there for us, and then the second part of that off season, which will be episode 22, will be the draft. So you guys will see that here in its entirety. Or not in its entirety. You can actually see it in its entirety because I will have a link to that, and I think I'll mention that in the next video. We'll talk more about that video that I do have set up for you guys, so you guys can take a look at the draft and what some of the highest Scotty players that we have in this first draft class. You guys see some of your favorites there, and as well as what some of your teams have done as well. So but yeah, we'll see. As you see, we're saving the file just in case. But yeah, for the most part here, I think I'm pretty happy with the the decisions we're gonna make are tough ones, but I think for the most part, because I've already went through ahead of this, but I think for the most part here, I think they're going to be good decisions. They're going to be tough. It's going to be tough because I love Nick Chubb to death. Oh my goodness, he was such a great player for us. But at the same time, it's like, well, we may have to part ways with you there, bud, because we just can't afford you. All right, so coming up in the next video, you guys will obviously see the mock draft, the third mock draft of the season. We'll see where some of these young up and coming future NFL stars are going to be at in that third mock draft, as well as we'll see the other two mock drafts as well. So mock 3, 4, and 5 in the off-season video, and then we'll see our signings. And we'll take a look around the league of who got signed to other teams, and then we'll take a look at what teams are in division, what players they signed, and go from there. So, but yeah, that's it for this episode of the Cleveland Browns Dawg Pound TV, episode 7. Hopefully you guys enjoyed it. If you did, hit that like. Don't forget to subscribe if you happen to be new. Hit that bell notification so you guys be notified of this series or any other series here on the channel. Follow us on Facebook, Twitter, and Discord. The links are down below in the description, as well as our link to our Twitch channel. And of course, don't forget to check us out on our second channel over on ESGNet Plus LP, as we're about to start a new of course, we've got a Madden 22 series over there right now. It's a QB future of the franchise QB1 with Khalil Kelly, but we'll also have a new Madden series over there on Madden 23 here very, very, very soon, hopefully soon. Trying to get some last minute stuff done with that, but yeah, thank you guys again for watching, and as always, stay tuned for more. Go Dogs! I'll see you guys next time.